Hey everybody, Scott here with Founding Champions, and I'm bringing to you my Gordrakk combo OTK deck. A lot of times the combo will either put your opponent in an unwinnable board state, or they will truly be killed in one turn. And I'm going to show you how to do that with Gordrakk, but without further ado, let's go through the list. We got Gordrakk. His heroic act is what's going to cause us to OTK our opponent. We have the Savage Boar Boss, which rotates our beasts when they first come into play. We have the Gordrakk Shaman, and then the Gorgrunta Boss. Do some extra damage on our beast's final corner, and you'll see what that card works with. We got the Little Wah, because our deck is a Grot deck. It's a Grot Gordrakk OTK. Maybe that's the more technical term. So this will help us out. We have Caller of Domination, because we have several beasts. Increases it by 2 damage. Ushering of the Wall, just a nice staple. And then Smash and Bash, a mini Gordrakk on a Blessing. And then 5 damage. Very good. So, I'm going to put those to the side. And let's get into the combo. So, here is the first combo piece. We just need to place this on a lane that already has 2 guys, so we want a support of 2 with him. That is what's going to give us maximum damage. And if you didn't know, this card will be removed if you take 1 or more damage. So you can't really just play him and then hope your opponent doesn't try and damage you. So as you can see, if you take 1 or more damage from highlight enemy, exhaust this unit. So you can take 1 damage from pretty much anything, and he will be exhausted. So what we need to do is get all of his value all at once, and that's what Gordrakk does. So let's say you have a stack that looks like this, and I have 3 of these in the deck, by the way. You're not going to put them on each other. You're going to put this on any other card in your deck, really. And then it's going to do 2 damage because it's got support 2. Then 3 damage because it's 1 plus support 2. Then 4 damage, it's the 2 plus support 2. And then 5, so 3 plus support 2. So add that up. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9, plus 5 again. You see how that's doing a lot of damage? That's 14 damage right there. That is about half their life total. They will take small amounts of damage through other cards while you're still playing the game, but this Cowardly Grot will take out 50% of their life total. And the whole point is to try and play 2 of them. And how we get there, to prevent us from getting destroyed by removal, we have Surprising Skulkers, 3 of these. Corners 1 to 3, it cannot be removed by the opponent. And then corner 4 will do damage. Increase this by 2 per support. So 5, 7. This could do up to 7 damage. So this is better as a base or a level 2. Best is level 2 because people aren't trying to destroy the bases usually, especially if they've already been all used up. So once you get him down, you should be guaranteed to play this guy and then combo. So that's Surprising Skulkers. Then you have Arachnarok Spider. This does a lot of damage. It's not 9 damage, it is 6 damage, but it is 6 Ren damage. And then with our champion, where is he? Right here. That'll be 7 Rend. So we're dealing huge chunks of damage with that. This part helps us ramp into our OTK. Works very well with Gordrakk. This guy here will remove our opponent's field. Also works amazing with Gordrakk. Pouncing Wolf Rider. This guy will give us our action back. So we can do something like, we're going to play him onto this guy to get our action, because it's going to rotate him because he is a beast. So you're going to do something like play this guy, get your action back, play Surprising Skulkers on top of them, and you still have an additional action. So you can set up elsewhere, so that next turn you can go Cowardly Grot's effect kill you. And I'll get more into how you can set up the board to get that true OTK. We got Grot Ambush. We would just go get our Grots, whichever one we want. We can get Pouncing Wolf Rider, Surprising Skulkers, Cowardly Grots, Arachnarok Spider. Any of those will do. And then we have 3 Rally Cries. This is integral part of the deck to get us to where we're going. Call to War helps us search out what we need, our combo pieces and such. And then Reckless Inspiration is very good with a lot of our cards. Can wipe our opponent's board as soon as we play Sweeping Gordrakk. We can get more value off of our additional action cards, or utilize Cowardly Grots before it gets wrecked. So that's that. And I'm going to go into a couple example turns. We're just going to put these off to the side. We're just going to pretend that we don't rotate any of our guys for the sake of time. We're going to move these to the side, a little off camera, so that in camera you can see exactly what's going on. We're going to just place these heroes. You're going to want Savage Boar Boss near the middle. Gordrakk can be wherever. And we'll just place these here like that. Alright, so we're going to have our hand of 4 cards. We can just have a sort of an assortment of cards. Where is my sweet card? There it is. We're going to need one of these. You know, you can probably maybe a Surprising Skulker in our hand. And then maybe a Call to War. Sure, we'll take that in our hand. And Wall Chanter. Okay. So we did craft our hand, but it's kind of an example. It's pretty good spread, just some random stuff. But we are going to play Call of War on our, our Shaman here. So we already know where our guy's at, so we can see the pictures. Now we're gonna play that. It's gonna set us up. Then we can draw a card. There's a ton of different cards we can possibly draw, so we'll just draw a card. Our next turn, this is going to rotate and sort of get a card from our deck. We're just gonna go ahead and get Pouncing Wolf Rider. So it's going to rotate it, so we're going to gain that additional action. We're going to have 3 actions this turn. So that's sweet. We can do quite a few things. We could have also played this on the Savage Boar Boss to remove our opponent's field a little quicker. Things like that. But we are going to want to try and ramp up to winning the game. So we're going to play this Wall Chanter over here. I'm going to play this Pouncing Wolf Rider over here. You can do that backwards so that your Gordrakk boss will rotate. That's fine. And then we're going to draw a card. So what haven't we drawn yet? Let's see. Surprising Skulkers. Where is our sweet ability card? Look, there it is. We can get ourselves a little Grot Ambush or something like that. Then we're going to go ahead and so our next turn is going to come around. It's going to go to X. We're going to get 1, gain 1. So you see how that's working to gain us a bunch of actions. So we have 4 actions available to us. This Call of War is gone. With 4 actions, what we can do is we can go get more Grots and stuff like that. We can play Surprising Skulkers on guys, but I think this time we're just going to want to draw a boatload of cards. We need to draw into something like a Rallying Cry, like this. Maybe we would have drawn a Cowardly Grots at this point. Maybe an Arachnarok Spider. So what is that? 3 cards and what have we even drawn yet? Reckless Inspiration, sure. Okay, so we know we have a bunch of cards in our hand. Our opponent may have removed some cards, who knows. Wolf Rider's on his last corner there, or I guess something like that. Gain more actions, so we're going to be at 4 actions again. with these 4 actions, our final action will be wanting to use Gordrakk to do an amazing amount of damage. But right now we're going to play the Rallying Cry or our Grot Ambush. Let's just go ahead and play Rallying Cry right now. So Rallying Cry gets played. That's 1 action. That's going to bring out, let's see, our 2 guys that we want to bring out. We want to bring out some stacking units. So we are going to go ahead and just play Surprising Skulkers. We'll play on our about to be used up card over here. And we're going to play this guy. Rallying Cry will allow us to play on top of a Shaman. So we'll play the Arachnarok Spider. So that's our first action of our 4, really. Our second action, we can play the Grot Ambush. So we will go get a Grot from our deck. And at this point, we're going to look at the combo. So our second action was Grot Ambush, and we're getting Cowardly Grot. So we're going to stick it on our Surprising Skulkers for extra damage. Our third action, we'll go ahead and play another Cowardly Grots. We'll just play on the Pouncing Wolf Rider. Why not? And then our fourth action, guys, we're going to play Gordrakk. So our opponent is going to take our 14 damage from this. So it's 14. It's going to be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Then we did discard a card for this, but it didn't really matter. So it's going to be 24 and then 6 Ren, so it's going to be 30 damage. That is about our opponent's health. Sometimes they gain health in the course of a game, sometimes they lose health. But again, we still had a couple cards in our hand. They've taken just massive chunks of damage. If we thought out, instead of talking, if I thought about what I was doing a little bit better, probably could have had this Arachnarok Spider, over here or something like that. Would have done a little bit more damage. Or I could have waited a turn, because my wall chanters, I think, yeah, they had 1 more here, and then I had 1 more in my the last corner. The other beast would have been gone. Pouncing Wolf would have been gone, but the other one would have given me. So I'd have had 4 actions in that next turn. So as you can see, this can OTK your opponent. We didn't even play triple Cowardly Grots, and I was playing more of, drawing some random cards. We can get the nut draw and just straight up get them. Something like a double Rallying Cry for the last, 4 cards in our hand. So we got 6 cards in our hands, like 2 Rallying Cry, 4 dudes. So you can get something ridiculous like that. But it's pretty average, just as long as you open the game with either this guy or this guy. I think that's really all the requirements is just open the game with one of these 2. That's why there's 2 of them in there. Or at least play 1 on the turn 2, or play 2 on turn 2, something like that. And that should get us to go quick enough to win the game. Otherwise it'll be slow, and then it'll be sort of up to our opponent and how fast they can play and how fast they can get us dead. But we can gain a little bit of life with Reckless Inspiration. We can remove their field and slow them down with a Sweeping Gordrakk. And Deadly Chop is in the deck. So, or is it in the deck? I don't know. I don't know where it went. But again, that's just how you play the list, and that's the combo. And this might break the format, might not. Time will tell. I think some more playtesting will tell. But guys, thanks for watching.